This match is scheduled for one fall and is for the podcast championship of the world. Introducing first, your champions had a combined knowledge of over 9,000, spanning over sports, gaming, anime, and more. John Campese, John DiMartino, and John Daly. Triple J!
Hello and welcome back to episode 4 of the Triple J podcast. I am your host. My name is John DiMartino. To my left,
John Daly.
and sitting in front of me.
John Campese.
And welcome back, guys. How we
Hello.
feeling?
Feeling good. I'm feeling good. How are you two feeling?
I'm feeling
Schwell.
swell.
Not swell or well. Schwell.
Ooh,
Yeah, well,
spice.
I'm feeling great after what happened on Sunday.
Yeah. So Daly, what was Sunday?
Sunday was the Royal Rhombus or
Ooh.
Royal Rumble if you are a normal
Not in
person.
our group.
a normal person.
Not in our group of friends. I still don't. I gotta ask Mark why we call it the Royal Rhombus. I don't know. To
'Cause
be
it's
honest
Mark.
with you, I think it had to stem from one day we were like sitting around,
Mhm.
and Dan and Mark were like Royal Rumble, more like Royal Rhombus. That might be it. I'll have to confirm with them later on. So yeah, so Sunday was the Royal Rumble. We watched it at the Young Dallas's house.
We did.
Indeed, we did.
You know, had a good time. It was awesome to have everybody together. Good food, good drinks,
Very
Good
good
food, good
food.
drink.
good time,
Good wrestling.
excellent wrestling.
Excellent wrestling. Beautiful wrestling.
Yes. So we're gonna get started. Basically, for this show, we're just gonna talk about the matches, what we thought, what we liked, what we didn't like.
Mhm.
Maybe do some light future predictions, bookings, however you want to look at it, and we'll roll on from there. So starting us off, we're gonna start off in the kickoff show. So the first match, Sheamus defeated Shorty G, Chad Gable.
True.
This was a fairly run-of-the-mill. We
Return
need to
match.
return match, get Sheamus some heat, reintroduce him to maybe some people that either forgot who he was or
They just started.
right, because it was looking for a while like Sheamus wasn't going to be coming back at all.
Yeah.
Because he had the neck issue, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe it was. So, but yeah, it was a fairly standard singles match. Just
It
something
didn't.
to.
It didn't make Shorty G look bad.
No, Gable looked pretty decent. I don't know if you guys actually went back and watched it because when we started watching, we kind of missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of came in.
I
the
went back
second
and watched
match.
it. It was pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, not a whole lot to say on that match, unfortunately.
It was a standard match.
Yeah.
Standard workings.
Yeah, probably go another match or two and then call it.
Gable will probably get a win, and then it'll bounce back over to Sheamus, and then they'll end the
More
feud.
than likely, yeah. So, and then moving on, in our second match, we had Andrade with Zelina Vega in this corner defending the United States Championship against Alberto Carrillo. So, Campese, what'd you think of this match?
I liked it overall.
It was a really good match.
Yeah,
was really
it was.
solid.
I didn't like the ending though.
In what way?
I felt like it was too rushed. The ending.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
fair.
we're no stranger to like roll up pins like
Sure.
that. I felt like
Sure.
it was done poorly.
Yeah, I think they kind of had to end it quickly because they were like, oh crap, we got to start the actual show pretty soon.
Yeah.
And then also, it turned out that they were suspending
Andrade.
Andrade for wellness policy violations,
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
which is why their Raw rematch happened the way it did. And then
Yeah.
you put a little bit of an edge on
Ha!
a little bit of an edge on to Umberto.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do because apparently the talk is that they're not gonna take the belt off of Andrade.
Yeah,
And they're
I
gonna
saw that.
have some kind of thing where I guess Zelina is gonna be spending like the next month basically shit talking Umberto
Probably.
more or less. So I'm
Keep the
interested
feud going that way.
to see how that's gonna play out and then I guess where it's gonna go when they come back to it.
I trust the Heyman Mon to get it right.
Yep.
So that was pretty much the pre-show. Pretty
Yeah,
pretty much.
solid. Very run of the mill.
Yeah, that was it.
Not a whole lot going on.
I think was that the first time we've ever seen now a Shucky Ducky Quack Quack graphic?
No, they've had it before.
They've had it before.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
that was the first time
generally
I've
they
seen it.
generally have it.
That was the first time I saw it. And it was glorious.
The only other noteworthy thing, and it wasn't even really noteworthy, was just R-Truth being
Oh, it was
a dummy.
hilarious.
Being like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Royal Rumble, and they're like, Truth, like, nah, it's not time for the Royal Rumble match. And he's like, but I gotta go to the ring. You don't understand. And then he doesn't even actually show up in the actual match. So, or
He
you
could
don't
never-
even see him the rest of the show.
He could not wrestle again, really, and just keep doing comedy bits like this, and I think everyone would be happy
Probably.
because he's probably the funniest guy
Oh, 100%.
Oh
in
yeah.
WWE.
I kind of wish that he was in the Rumble, so that then they would just do a thing where like the 24/7 belt just kept bouncing around. So now
What
let's
is the
move-
first match of the main card, my friend?
So Roman Reigns defeated Mr.
Reigns.
King Baron Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now this was probably their best match, I'd have to say.
Yeah,
Between
because
the
this
two of them?
one wasn't a stupid gimmick.
Well, that and just the fact that like for once in like for the first time in I think like a little bit of a long time, they actually used the Falls Count Anywhere like effectively.
Mhm.
You know.
Didn't they? No, they did. That's not the first time they did it in a while. They did
No,
it
no,
for
no,
the.
I'm not saying the match itself.
Oh.
I'm saying using the effectiveness of it being a Falls Count Anywhere and really going all over the place.
Shield versus Corbin, Ziggler.
Okay, and when was
Reed.
that?
Almost a year ago. But my point is that
Right, but I'm saying like it's been a while.
yes, but
been a while.
it sounds like there's been a bunch of Falls Count Anywhere matches since, and they haven't done it.
Well, yeah, you know,
I think that literally might have been the last Falls Count Anywhere match.
maybe, but they've done a good job. They did a really good job, I think, of using the baseball field.
Yeah.
Minute Maid
Yes.
Park, and really just going all over the place. I'm a little upset, Campese, that they didn't kind of like do a similar spot with the porta potty
Yeah.
like they did with Owens. Kind of wish they did something similar to that.
100% should have.
And then the
I mean, he came out of there with no blue stuff on it. 0
that's
out
what
of
I'm
10.
saying.
This
He
was
didn't
the-
even
it was
have
the
anything
worst.
on
I'm
him.
surprised. Yeah.
It was great
Yeah.
wrestling, but it's 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. No blue stuff coming from
That's
on the
what I'm
big
saying.
baldy boy,
Yeah.
Baron Corbin.
Yes, but it was just solid. You know, you had a little bit of the Usos, Ziggler, and Rude getting involved, which
Yes.
you know
Mhm.
helps to up it a little bit. And
Yep.
then the big spear on the top of the dugout
Yeah, that was probably the
was
best scene.
probably the best.
Yep.
The only thing I wish they would have done is something with the center field camera, and they didn't do it. Although
They could have
somebody
taken the
did,
center field camera out by now.
potentially. Although during the women's rumble, which we're gonna talk about next, when Lana was coming out, they're like focusing on Lana, and then there's a guy
I
that's
saw-
holding up a sign and saying that Lana cheats more than the Astros, and I died. That was amazing.
I didn't even see
Somebody
I saw
took the initiative. But so yeah, solid match. Hopefully their feud is done.
that. Who's feud?
Roman and Corbin.
Not from what I've heard.
Don't tell me these things. Dude.
Is literally going to
Why
be.
is he hurting my
I
feelings?
told,
don't know.
I told you Sunday that
Yeah.
that allegedly they're going to have a literal dog food match.
Yeah. Where?
I don't probably.
Keep-
I mean,
keep
you
thinking.
could have Roman double duty at Elimination Chamber.
Oh wait, they got the Saudi Arabia show.
Saudi
so
Arabia
they'll-
show, they
They'll
can
do
do
it
it there.
there, I guess. And
Yeah.
then we'll pretend that whole part just doesn't happen.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know.
'Cause that's not gonna
people
be
are. Well, I mean, we have to. It's. They're making Saudi Arabia more and more canon to the Mangi.
Well, they have to only because of the fact that like they paid a bunch of money. They got paid a bunch of money.
Not even
to-
that. Like nothing interesting used to happen until the Fiend won the belt off Seth
Right.
in Saudi Arabia.
So I mean, this one could also just end up being a nothing pay per view. But who knows? We'll see.
But now you have to at least consider if it's going to be an important pay per view.
I guess that doesn't mean the match is going to be good. That's my point, really. But
Do you have a list? Because next is the Women's Rumble, right?
Yes.
Do you have a list of the entrants in order so that we know who is of
Would-
importance?
Like,
Like-
are you just saying you want me to like list them out?
Not
in
list them out
order?
like the people that came out. Like who are the first two and like any
Oh.
important entrances? and
Yeah,
eliminations from there.
sure. So I got it right here. So Women's Rumble. Should we say who won first?
We'll get there.
Okay. So we had number 1 was Alexa, and number 2 was Bianca Belair.
Yes.
We had Mighty Molly come back. She came
Mighty
in
Molly.
number 30.
Mighty Molly.
Mercedes Martinez, who made her NXT debut the week prior,
Yeah,
made her
that was her
Royal
second.
Rumble,
That was her second debut, second match in the company.
if you don't count the Mae Young Classic.
I mean, officially.
Right, yeah. Who else? Some more NXT. We had Candice LeRae. We had Mia Yim, Dakota Kai, Chelsea Green.
Has Beth come out yet
Yes, she came out 2 after the eventual winner.
with her red hair dye?
No,
Totally
she
not
tur-
blood. It's not blood. What do
Yeah,
you mean? That's
yeah,
totally not blood.
Yeah,
It's
Taylor.
not blood. Yeah, Taylor.
Yeah,
It's not
Taylor.
blood.
Totally not blood. I don't know. Mark, as like Taylor kept denying that it was blood. I think like Mark was getting like more and more
You could
pissed.
see
Yeah.
every brain cell in his head, in his brain, just
He was
pop,
just like, oh no, oh,
just
no,
disintegrate.
Oh, no. He's like, what have I done? So yeah, we had Beth, we had Tony Storm, Kelly, because I guess now she just works every 3 years for WWE now. I guess. Who
3-year
else?
cycle.
Yeah, talent enhancers.
Yeah. Who else? From NXT, we also had Xia Li, Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Knox, Shayna Baszler, who came out at number 30, and Daly's favorite at number 29. You want to say it?
You say, because I know I'm going to say it wrong.
Santina Marella.
Best part of the entire show.
I said like while we were watching, I'm like it'd be funny if like a guest spot was Santina Marella.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
called
came out and I got so tilted.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to
They
happen.
all, it was so funny because there's a screenshot of So earlier in the match, Naomi does her little spider save on the
Yes, with the top of the on
on the
barricade.
barricade.
Oh, I thought
And
you were
then she
talking about her
comes
walk back.
over, and then she's on top of the announce table, and then like
She was a big dummy.
her music, Santina's music hits, and then it pans over to
Naomi.
to Naomi, and in the top corner it has Santina's name, and like she's looking. I don't know if she was looking down and like she was upset because of Santina, because like it looked like her, Beth, and Natalia were like legitimately upset that they
Well-
did this. Or it was just she was just trying to figure out how she was gonna get back
I
in
think
the
that's
ring.
that's what it is.
It was like a combination of the two.
I think for Beth, it could have been a mix of whatever happened to her mixed with, okay, I'm supposed to be angry.
Right.
So she probably got a bit of a concussion. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, they haven't said anything yet.
So I would assume that the concussion plus I have to be angry meant she was actually angry. So maybe like something happened and that's why he just kind of went out on his own. He was like,
Right. And I
She's
think
not
also,
right.
yeah, I
have
think
to back
also,
I think that was just how it was meant to be eliminated.
I know.
yeah. Well, yeah, the element. I'm just talking about because like he can't. Santina comes into the ring and like Beth looks like she wants to absolutely murder.
I guess she was
And-
trying to sell the feud. I mean, do you not remember the?
Right. that's what I was
exactly.
gonna
That's
bring
that's
up,
why I was
yeah.
gonna say it's like, okay, so I'm supposed to be mad.
Right. And then like so that was just a funny spot. And I know a lot of people didn't like it. They're like, oh, it spits on the women's division and stuff. And it's like,
No.
look, sometimes like you gotta have fun. If you can't have fun, then what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, like yes, the women's division over the last like 5 years has done great and
Leaps
they've
and
really
bounds.
yes, and they've really like did a complete 180 and become like some of the best wrestling in the company.
In the
But at the same time, that doesn't
World.
mean you can't have a little bit of comedy every once in a while. Like, it was just a little bit. It's like, she didn't eliminate anybody. She eliminated herself. Like, come on, people. I don't know.
she pulled out the cobra, which is all that's important.
Yeah, when she pulled out the Cobra, we all freaked.
We all
were
were-
like,
we
oh. And then we all do the Cobra maneuvers, and then that was just great. And then Taylor's like, I don't know what's happening. And Katie, I think, was also like,
Katie was like half
yeah, she,
aware of
like-
what was happening.
Yeah, she was just like, wait, what?
She was like, I know this is a thing because this is what he does.
Yeah. So, and then we had the eventual winner, Charlotte, who she
Shocker.
She came in number.
There's nothing wrong with it.
She came in number 17. She had 4 eliminations. She lasted 27 minutes and 19 seconds. Pretty good showing.
Yep.
I know a lot of people are pissed that she won.
I'm not mad. Like I like Charlotte, but
Right.
I'm not surprised she won because they always give her the opportunity.
Right. And like at the same time, I think they're just like people are just like, oh, she's getting hit and everything because of her dad and because her dad is friends with Triple H. And it's like, no, she's like that good. You know what
Also-
I
I
mean?
think there are people better.
So
Sure.
I'm not saying I think she's really good,
Yeah.
but I think there's better.
Sure. That's also fair.
so the rumor and innuendo
Yes.
is that
Sure.
is that we're gonna see Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley.
I heard she said to challenge for the NXT title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. How do you feel about that? Would you be okay with that, regardless of who wins?
You see, it's not one of the main titles, so that's good. But I feel like it's weird.
I mean, it kind of is now a main title.
Sure.
Not the point. But I feel like it's weird to choose that of all of them.
Sure. I think also just by being that it is Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
And being that she won the Royal Rumble, I think it adds another layer of, not that the title needs it, but another layer of like legitimacy
That's
to
fair.
the title.
It also will give people, once she officially challenges for
Right.
the title, you'll see it's a way to get more eyes on NXT.
Right. And
Yeah.
you're putting,
Charlotte
you're
will
putting
be on NXT.
Right. You're going to put like a solid, known, good worker
Yeah.
against Rhea, who's also really good.
Yeah, like that's the good thing about it is that
Right.
it'll give more legitimacy to NXT.
Yeah,
Not that
exactly.
it doesn't have it; it's slowly becoming
Right.
a brand of its own. But it
Yes.
makes that relevant,
Makes it
and we're
even
not
more
getting
relevant.
Becky versus Charlotte for
Right.
like
We're
the
gonna
million
get probably
times.
Shayna versus Becky.
Which
That's
I
fine.
think I figured out how that's going to happen.
Elimination Chamber.
Yes. But she's not going to be in the chamber initially. They're going to have their 6, right?
Yeah.
And then there's going to be somebody who, like, you'll maybe not 100% this way, but like this is how I would do it. You will look and be like, they really should not be in this elimination chamber. Like Lana, for example. I'll use Lana because why not?
I could see that 100%.
So,
wait,
Lana's
we're gonna do
doing-
the same spot they did last year for the Rumble, where Lana should not have been even allowed to walk out for the
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. But Lana's going to be making her, they're going to do like what Edge did to Kofi. And
Okay, that makes
Shane
sense.
is just going to take out Lana, and then she's going to put herself in, and then she's going to end up winning.
Okay, that's fair. Counter.
Yes, counter me.
How many people are in the chamber?
6.
6? 2 from Raw, 2 from SmackDown, 2 from NXT.
I don't think they're going to do it that way. I think they're going to have, because this is generally how they do it. They're going to have one chamber match, I think, that's going to be a number one contenders match.
Okay.
And then another one where they could be defending.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's how you could do it. And I don't know if we're going to necessarily have 2 women's elimination chamber matches.
I don't think so.
So it'll probably just be either Becky defends the title in the elimination chamber and Shayna ends up as number 2, or it's a number one contenders.
I can see it. I think it's a number one contenders, and based on how
And she
because they
wins
want
it.
to put over NXT as the
Right.
third brand. It's not
Yes.
developmental anymore.
Right.
The Performance Center is developmental.
Yes.
NXT is its own brand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they can say for the first time ever, the women's and the men's elimination chamber will have 2 wrestlers from Raw, 2
Right.
wrestlers from SmackDown,
SmackDown,
2
two
wrestlers
from
from NXT.
Sure, it's
So
also
the-
possible.
So then you can say you have.
Well, just because, like, being that's the only reason why I don't think it's going to go that way, I don't think they're going to do it that way only because it's different brands, right?
That's fair.
So unless they want to be like, oh, we're going to have the Raw Women's Championship
Exactly.
being defended.
It's the
And
number
we're
one
gonna
contendership
have-
for that
Right,
one.
but what I was going to say was I don't think they would do Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. If anything, they do Raw and NXT
Yeah, I could see that.
instead of, because SmackDown theoretically
Doesn't need it.
wouldn't need because they have their own women's belt.
Yes.
You know?
And it's probably going to end up being Sasha and Bailey with Bailey turning face again.
Yes, please, because
You see,
Not that it wasn't bad.
I was hoping for her heel turn for a long time. I'm not happy with how it turned.
Bailey's.
Yeah.
I think she's just not good. They didn't give her the right heel.
No, they didn't.
No, I just don't think she's capable of being a heel. You
I
know
think
what
she
think
could
she-
if they did it right.
Like the kind of heel Seth is,
Right.
where it's kind of, I think I'm the good guy. I think
Right.
I'm still doing the right thing.
Right.
That's
well,
fine.
she kind of is doing that,
Well,
just not to the same effect.
but like, for example, in this situation, if she was being like Seth,
right.
she would have the Bailey buddy still and all of that.
Sure. I guess so. But yeah, I mean, we'll see where Charlotte ends up and where the other women's titles are going to end up.
Yeah.
But speaking of the women's title, Bailey successfully defended her SmackDown Women's title against Lacey Evans. An all right match.
It was a
Yeah,
good match.
it was
It was a good
okay.
match.
Nothing.
Lacey
Nothing
Evans gets
crazy.
better with every match.
Yeah, she really does.
Yeah, she does.
You know, nothing really too much to write home about. And I think that's something we're going to keep saying with a lot of these matches is, oh, there wasn't really a whole lot to write home about. But that's not necessarily a negative in this situation.
It's just really good. Nothing
Yeah,
crazy happened.
Yeah.
a lot of solid wrestling throughout the entire night.
For
you
real.
know? I want to say it was the bathroom break match, but that could have been your bathroom
could have
break
been.
match.
It
you
could
know
be.
what I mean?
It could either that or the Asuka Becky match because you kind
I
of
liked that
Sure.
better.
I liked it too better, but at the same time, it's like you knew it was gonna happen.
Sure. I'm just saying this match probably only because of the fact that, like, people aren't really getting too much into Lacey just yet.
Just
Yeah.
they're getting her. I
They're
feel like her
slowly.
as a face, Southern Belle plus the give her
Military
kind
mom.
of the Cena treatment
Right.
after he was in the Marines,
Yes.
the first Marine movie. So it's like that
Sure. Yeah.
will work.
Yeah. It's a slow build, and I think she'll
Yes.
get there eventually. I'm interested to see where she's going to end
Well,
up
it's gonna
by
make it more
time
interesting.
WrestleMania comes around.
So next was the strap match.
Yes, for the Universal title.
I liked that match
The
better than I
Fiend
thought it was.
defeated Daniel Bryan.
I like
it
that
was
match.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was better than I thought it was going to be.
I'm glad, and I forgot that this is how it also sometimes works. I'm glad that they went with how they went with it, where they were strapped to each other and you just couldn't escape,
Yeah.
rather than
First to
you're strapped
escape.
to each other and no, you have to go around and you have to, like, push a thing on each turnbuckle.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that
that's the
that would
other
not
way
have
to
fit
do
in the match at all.
No, this way was a lot better. Really saw a lot of people saying this is probably the Fiend's best match thus far.
Yeah,
Which
I would say
think is pretty,
because
I would agree.
it the way they put over Daniel Bryan and the Fiend put over everything
Yes.
was that like he was selling earlier
Yes.
because he was trying to like get to him. It's like, oh, you're mounting offense. You're mounting an offense. Okay, I'm done playing this game.
Right. Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna keep taking those hits from the strap.
Yes.
Ow, I'm not gonna sell. Ow, not gonna sell. Whatever. Choke slam,
Yeah.
mandible claw. You're good. You're done. Bye.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
But so now my question is, where's Daniel Bryan go from here?
that's a good question.
I could see.
Because
I
the
could
idea is
see-
that Roman is going to be the one that's going to eventually face Bray.
I could see
At
him
Mania.
being in the Elimination Chamber maybe,
Okay.
and Roman wins Elimination Chamber
Mm-hmm.
for the
Right.
SmackDown title
Okay.
and for the Universal title, and then what happens is that like halfway through the match, it comes down to like Roman versus Bryan.
Okay.
Bryan's about to win.
Uh huh.
Lights go out.
Right.
Lights go back up.
Okay.
Fiend is in the structure,
Okay. In the chamber.
in the chamber. Mandible Claw chokeslam.
Okay.
Lights go out again. He's gone.
Mhm.
Roman's just like pin 1,
Right.
2, 3.
Okay. So now where does that leave Brian post that?
Well,
Are you saying like you want to see him get inserted and become a triple threat?
either that maybe,
Yeah.
or he's been just whatever the Fiend does outside of the Mandible Claw. 'Cause maybe afterward Roman wins, he leaves. Brian's again left in the middle of the ring. Lights go out again,
Right.
disappears,
Okay.
and then you build off of that again
Maybe.
later on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even if, because the Fiend's gonna lose. Let's be honest.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Fiend's gonna lose to
but
to
the
Roman. People are gonna
to
be
the
mad,
Romano.
but it won't
Yes.
be that mad because it's been over a year and a half since
Right,
at that
but-
point, a year, almost 2 years since he was in a title picture. So it won't be oh god, they're shoving us down his throat.
No,
again.
they're
It's like,
gonna.
he's getting-
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're gonna complain though.
Oh, yeah.
because-
But here's the thing:
You know.
he hasn't been in the title picture.
Right,
He's,
I agree.
He is now a 4-time Royal Rumble runner-up. Spoilers.
Yes.
If people thought he wasn't going to come back into the title picture, then they were out of their minds.
Exactly.
no,
and
I
he's been
think
doing really.
they-
They've been doing a good job of building him back up without
Yes.
using the title.
Right. And I think that's the thing is like they just don't want to see Roman with the title, but he's gonna have to get it eventually.
Yeah.
back. But
They need to give it back to him, and everyone has to see
they're
that.
gonna get over it
Yeah.
basically. So moving on, we got Becky defeated Asuka for the Raw Women's title. She finally got her win over Asuka.
I liked everything, but how it ended. Specifically how she got the win. I still don't like the idea of Asuka tapping.
I mean,
I
she's
would have
already-
rather just
she's
seen the
already
pin.
tapped. Once
Listen,
since Charlotte.
they've been doing a good job of rebuilding her back up.
Sure.
So I would have rather seen her
Some
get
have like a more
like a
quote
roll
unquote
up,
screwy finish.
or not even that, just like a roll up.
You know what? It probably wouldn't good if it was like one of those like knockout submissions. Like
Sure.
she was just unresponsive.
Right,
yeah,
right.
like she doesn't tap. She fights it until she passes out from the pain of her arm
Sure.
almost breaking.
I mean, she's been doing better. I just I don't really care about Asuka all that
That's
much.
fair. It's just they did it. Becky even says they've done a good job building her up to be this monster
Right,
again
sure.
after losing that massive win streak she had in NXT, and
Right,
carrying
yeah.
that into Raw.
Sure.
Yeah.
She wanted, and building up that monster nature she has.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure all this stuff, which is I liked how it happened because
Right.
she kicked the mist
Yes.
up, it fell on her,
Yeah.
and that's how she
I,
got the pin.
I thought that was an accident at first,
Yeah.
but nah, I think that's
Yeah. I think
Like,
that was supposed to happen.
It was clearly supposed to happen, which
Yeah.
I liked. I just was at that point, it's in her face. She's like, ah, and then she's just goes for the roll up 1, 2, 3,
Right.
or
Yeah.
she just is so unresponsive
Right.
from the pain that she just passes out
Right. So
from the
now-
pain of the mist and the arm,
Sure.
Yeah.
disarmor.
So now, where does Asuka and Kyrie go from here?
I
in
feel
your
like
opinion?
they're gonna have their own feud.
They're
You
gonna have
think
a
they're
feud.
gonna break up and feud.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Either that, or I think you could see. I feel like almost if they're bringing up Baszler, they're gonna bring up Shafir and
Shafir
Duke,
and Duke.
so
and
you can
then
easily have them go after those belts.
That's possible. The only reason why I don't want them to break up, as much as I'm not a big fan of either one of them,
Yeah.
is just because the women's tag division needs as many tag teams as they can get.
That's not wrong.
So I don't think they're gonna break him up just yet, but I could very well see at Mania them defending against Shafir and Duke, or they just don't defend at Mania and they just throw it into the women's battle royal.
Yeah.
Could also see that.
Yeah.
Either way,
So and now finally,
the men's
men's
Royal
Royal
Rumble
Rumble.
The match of the night.
I would agree.
of the
Very solid.
forever.
So
That's a stretch.
This Rumble is interesting because it's almost like 2 Rumbles in one, kind of, when you look at it. Because you have Brock comes out as number 1, Elias comes out number 2.
That was great.
And
The people have said if I was Elias, I would have run into the ring, gone over the ropes, and then run back up.
Yeah.
I would have
That's
just been
not how Brock
I
does
don't.
things.
I know, but I was
Yeah.
I don't want.
Right.
People have been I don't want. Someone's running at me like that. I don't. Someone like
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar is running at me like that. I don't.
Right.
Oh God, no,
Yeah.
please.
So, but then for pretty much the first 12, 13 guys,
Was just Brock
Brock.
Lesnar domination.
yeah, pretty much.
Some notable things for that
John
portion.
Morrison came back.
John Morrison
in his
came back.
First Rumble
Rumble.
since he left the
Yep.
company.
Yes.
Your boy MVP.
MVP. I was gonna
Mm.
say, rocking his
Black Panther.
Black Panther, which wasn't even tasteful in this allusion
Like
to
subtle.
it wasn't
It was,
subtle.
It was
wasn't
very
like,
obvious.
it wasn't how Ray has his mask and they all look
Right.
kind of superhero-y.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it's clear, but it's not so over the
Right.
top. Or the same way with Ricochet.
right.
Him, it was this you
I
can't
am
be
Black
more obvious. And then he does the Black Panther pose, and I'm like, oh my god.
Well, when he
I wanna
crosses his
die.
arms, he always does that because that's how he does his 305, and then he
Oh.
hits the thing, and then he hits the floor, and then he does like his shoulder roll thing.
Oh.
That's always been the thing of MVP. That just happened to really work in the case of Black Panther
I
because
know.
Black Panther also crosses.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that.
your boy Keith Lee, Daly.
Your boy Keith Lee. Let's talk about Keith Lee.
when
Oh,
his
it's boy.
music
Big boy,
hits
big
and
boy.
Brock sees Keith, he's just like, "Oh,
Big boy.
big boy." He's like, "Oh, who's this guy?"
Putting his
It's,
arms
it's
over
almost
his
like he was
belly.
excited for a challenge.
I legitimately think he was excited because like it was fun because like right before MVP's music hits and like you look at Brock and like he's kind of dancing.
He's
to
having fun.
MVP's music or whatever.
Or what
and
happened
then he's
with
like,
Shelton
"All right, I'm done
Benjamin.
with right." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna suplex this guy. Get rid of him."
yeah.
And then Keith Lee, I think Brock like he like looked over to him and was like, "Who's this guy? Why I don't know this guy
Big boy?
exists?
Big boy?
I want to
Big
fight this
boy?
guy."
No,
Can we-
but I
can we
think
fight
also
Big Boy, please?
backstage stuff. He knows he's friends with Riddle. So
Nah, I don't think so.
well, no, because that's at least been the thing because of their interaction. He was like, "Oh, this is the guy that's friends with the guy who won't
I
get
don't
my name
even-
out of his mouth."
I don't even think that is just. I don't think Brock knows that the two of them are friends. Brock just knows Riddle won't shut up about retiring him
he
at
still
like
won't?
WrestleMania.
They
he
got
still
into an
won't.
altercation backstage.
Yeah, altercation.
Well,
Brock was
apparent-
just like, "Listen, take your mouth out of my name before I put my fist in it." More or less is what he said.
Fair enough.
Every the other way
Yeah.
around because you don't put the mouth in the fist. That's like,
Or whatever.
Not the point.
Shut up, Daly. Basically,
Semantics.
Brock was like, "Stop talking about me, or you're gonna die."
Yeah.
pretty
and
much.
he was like, "Bro,
Yeah.
the box office. Come
No,
on,
no,
man."
no. He just said "bro" and then that's it because then Brock was like, "I'm done with you. Go away."
And then 2 days later, a video comes out where on the WWE YouTube channel, where he says the words, "I'm going to retire Brock Lesnar."
He says that all the time.
But I know this is an official thing, which means it's like he's not stopping.
Right.
Anyway, or
But I
they're
mean,
not
he
even
pretty
stopping it.
he said, "I'm never gonna work with you. Just stop." I hope Brock just decides one day, just like, "I'm done. I'm retiring." And then Matt Riddle's like, "Bro,
Bro, I thought. We were
now
gonna
what's
do that
Matt Riddle
thing."
gonna do with his life, guys? He can't retire Brock Lesnar.
He can
anymore.
try
He's
and
retire
retired.
Goldberg,
He can try and retire
Oof.
Keith Lee.
Oof.
but no, he's friends with Keith Lee, so it's fine.
Whatever.
But the Shelton Benjamin, scene,
Shelton Benjamin bit
that was fun.
was also pretty good. I kind of wish that they teamed up a little bit. Just
For
like,
one,
I-
for
Brock
one
Lesnar's
guy.
not. Brock Lesnar's not
one
going to
guy.
team up.
but they're like
for one.
legitimate friends.
That's the point.
It's like 100% the point. Come
Like
on.
the
He's not breaking kayfabe.
He danced to MVP's music. He saw Keith Lee. He was like, "Oh,
Ooh, big boy."
Show me a soda." Come on, he could have done just a tad. You
he
know, they
could have
coulda-
waited one.
Right,
guy.
they could have teamed up on Shinsuke, and then he could have just eliminated the both of them. You know.
And then he does his.
Yeah. And then this is where things start to turn because
Drew McIntyre.
that was a very good impersonation of Ross doing Drew
You're
McIntyre.
welcome. Drew
Comes
McIntyre.
out and he just claymores the crap out of Brock.
After a while, there was a little bit of time before
Yeah,
it
there's a
happened.
little bit of time, but like he's just like, "Nope, done with you,"
Goodbye.
pretty much. And
He's
then
now tied
Brock
Braun.
did
with
Brock
eliminations?
tied.
Yeah, Braun. Yeah,
Brock is
Braun,
tied with
Braun.
Braun.
Yeah,
Right.
Most
If you
most
don't
eliminations.
count the Greatest Royal Rumble, he has the record.
Yeah.
If you do count, then they're tied.
I think they said on commentary he's tied. So
Yes,
they're counting.
with
they're
Braun.
counting.
Yeah.
So I personally don't count it because whatever.
Titus World Slide.
That sure. But Brock did a great job of selling.
Oh yeah,
He did.
100%.
Claymore because he was down on
On the mat
floor
for
for
like two more guys,
five-
like
for
2 or
like
3 more
5 or
guys,
6 minutes, something like that, and then like slowly getting up, and then like
just staring
guys-
at Drew,
he's got his arm on the announce table, and like he's looking around, and he's just like,
sitting in the timekeeper's area.
yeah, pretty much, and you're just like, Brock, like that just shows like when Brock wants to, he can sell, man.
Yeah.
Brock knows how to sell, so
You know he was enjoying the 17 minutes
Oh,
he had of
yeah.
him dominating because he
100%.
knew everyone was
Sure.
getting mad.
oh yeah,
Oh, listen,
100%. And like
perfect
people are
heel
like,
moves.
oh, that this Royal Rumble wasn't really good. No, it was really good. Like
It was.
you need to have Brock do what he did in order for what then Drew did to make it even more impactful.
Exactly.
You know.
So Drew
and
came
then
in
this
at-
is like
Then that was
Drew
and
came
then
in at 16.
16. So 17, 18.
So,
we
hang
had
on.
Styles.
We had
the
Miz,
OC.
Styles, Ziggler, Anderson, and like this is and now this number 21. This is really where the Royal Rumble like went from like a
Good.
10 to like a 20 in like 0.0 seconds because all of a sudden, like, everybody's going, and then it's 10, 9, yeah, and then you hear Edge's music, and you're like, wait a second.
The biggest surprise of the Royal Rumble.
The biggest non-surprise.
Well, the biggest pop. Well,
'Cause
because a
that's
lot of
been the rumor.
people,
But no one
Right.
believed it.
right? Because they're like, well, he had fusion neck surgery, and then like he keeps teasing it, but not teasing it.
Yeah.
And then
Well, look at me in the
it's
gym
not-
with Sheamus
right, and then it's not real.
holding my gear.
I don't think anybody thought it was real until you saw him in his gear.
I mean, I thought it was
coming
gonna be there.
out.
I legitimately thought it was going to be there. It was going to
sure,
come out.
no, I'm saying like in that moment, right? It's
That's
one of
fair.
those moments where like it's not real until you see him.
That's the
and
thing
then-
about wrestling. You hear rumors, but
Right.
you don't know until it actually
Exactly.
happens. Because it's not the
Exactly.
first time
There's-
something was heavily rumored and nothing happened.
right.
And then there's also the fact that you can't trust wrestlers.
Sure.
You can't trust wrestlers. You can't trust like Dave Meltzer
Oh,
or
no.
Well,
Brian
'cause they-
Alvarez.
I mean that's why Mark has his track that he made after Dave Meltzer. Where I'm not gonna say the full word, but I'll just say F Dave Meltzer. That's like one of Mark's best songs ever created. I don't know if you ever heard of it. You gotta hear it, Campy. It's great.
No,
but
it's
so seeing Edge like actually come out, and then he walks through the smoke, and like you can just
you saw the
feel-
emotion
you
on his
felt
face.
the emotion. Forget about seeing the emotion. You felt the emotion.
right.
Dan is on the floor dying.
Well, I'm screaming
Oh,
at the
oh,
top of my
yeah,
lungs.
Dan's having a stroke. He's not
Yeah.
on the floor. He's having a stroke.
Right, but like it's a good kind. Where, like,
It's a
he's
good
like,
kind of
he's just so, there's no such thing. But
I
shut
know,
up.
but I said he's having
No,
a stroke,
yeah.
and you said, but it's a good kind.
Right,
I'm like,
yeah.
no, this is a good
That-
kind of
that-
stroke.
like he's just so filled with emotion because that's Dan's guy. Like if there's like one
Yeah.
guy that's Dan's, it's Edge.
and
that
Tajiri.
that
That's
that's
but that's besides the point.
that's the thing about wrestling. When it's too deep in you, it's hard to stay away.
Right,
Even
yeah.
if you and Edge had said like in one interview, he's like, even if he wasn't injured, he probably would have been retired by now,
right.
which I don't believe.
I don't know. It could
No,
have gone
maybe.
either way. But I mean, he looked in top shape. And then the first
But-
unfortunate thing is, and I found out it actually is not Kevin Dunn's fault. It was some other schmuck. Cut
Still
away
production.
on his first spear.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Quote Dolph Ziggler.
Literally.
They edited it out on the YouTube channel.
I
No,
believe
they
it.
posted it. on
No, they
YouTube.
posted, but they edited out the cutout spear and it made
Yeah.
it look like whoever he speared next. What was it, AJ Styles? or
No, Carl Anderson.
they made it look like Carl Anderson's spear was the first one.
Right.
That's
yeah.
fair.
But
And
then, there's
um,
like the actual like first like people like with their cameras being like,
Yeah.
here's the actual first spear.
and then WWE was like, "Hey guys, we got the footage.
Yeah.
We still had the footage of it."
Right. Yeah. And they were like, oh, look at it from a different angle. It's like, it's not a different angle. It's the first spear. Stop it. But that, I think, was like the full big turning point of the Rumble where
Yeah,
it almost
was.
felt like it was a completely different Rumble,
Yeah.
oddly enough. You
Yeah.
know? And then you had Corbin, you had Matt Riddle who made his.
AJ, who's out for I think 4 to 6 weeks now
Yeah,
officially.
he took
Yeah.
a nasty bump on that spear.
Yeah,
That was.
I
ow.
mean, I don't. Has AJ ever like really taken a spear?
Yes.
Okay,
He's wrestled Roman.
that's fair. But also,
He's also
Edge.
wrestled Rhino in TNA.
That's
and
fair.
Rhino gores the hell out of
Yep.
people.
Edge doesn't have the best spear. to be
No,
fair.
He
but
does.
his spear isn't like an amazing spear, but I think AJ put too much torque on his spin because
Probably.
he tried to oversell a little too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Ziggler's are good at selling. Let me show you, kid, how
Yeah,
good selling
right.
looks like.
But yeah, and then like I said, Matt
He'll be
Riddle
he'll be
came
able to
in.
have a Royal Rumble spot, WrestleMania.
Who, Edge? Oh, 100%.
No, AJ.
AJ, yeah, he'll probably be all right
Mhm.
by the time Rumble the Mania rolls around. Matt Riddle got taken out very quick, 41 seconds.
That was intended. That was always the plan. That was
Right.
there was no.
Right, it was not punishment.
There was not
for,
punishment
Nope.
for.
what
Is that why he
said to
came
Brock.
out in sandals?
No,
He always does that, and I hate his guts.
But he's such a good wrestler.
Shut up. I don't like him, Campese.
Keith
I'm
Lee
looking at
likes
you
him.
with anger. I don't care. Look, I love Keith Lee, all right, but sometimes you make wrong decisions, all right? I'm just going to put it out there, Daly. We made a wrong decision by having you as a friend, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
Dude, joint manipulation.
Listen, I'll show you joint manipulation. And I'm talking about your fingers.
bro.
And then it came down to Edge,
Roman,
Orton,
And no, it wasn't. Was it Orton?
yeah, and Drew.
Yeah.
They were
The
final four.
team rated RKO moment.
Yes, that was great.
That
When
was
they hit that double
fantastic.
RKO. Oh, so good.
So great.
So good. So good. And then so Edge gets eliminated, Orton's eliminated, and then it's down to Roman and Drew. And like that was the moment I think where a lot of people like came off the high of Edge's return and they were like, oh no. please no, please no, please no. And then Drew gets the elimination, and it's just like, oh, almost like a third, like, surprise entry, like Stone Cold freaking came back or something.
There's one person who will never come back. He has been consistent. He has said,
That's
I'm
why I
fine.
said. That's why I said with some people, not
Right.
everyone.
Well, he's the only person.
No, Sean's like that.
Who?
Shawn Michaels.
Oh, Shawn Michaels.
Well, Shawn came back.
He did come back. He
So,
he came out of retirement.
Yeah.
He said
Apparently,
he'll
that
never
was done
win.
as a favor, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that big Saudi money.
Big Saudi money, you know. But yeah, I mean, awesome for Drew.
Finally
Great
gets
job.
his world title match.
Yes, he's gonna get it, which apparently was not originally the plan.
It was not the original
originally
plan.
supposed to be Roman and Shayna who
Yep.
won their respective rumbles, but they kind of like at the 11th hour pretty much changed their minds.
Because they could easily find
They
a way to
figured
put
out how
Roman,
to-
and
how
there's
to
an easy
do
way
it,
to put
yeah.
Shayna.
So, but I mean, Drew got the big win. Hopefully, he wins at Mania. I swear to God.
Don't worry, he'll win. And then 3
I
months
hope
later,
so.
Brock will come back.
Don't bring the mood down, Daly.
And then he'll come back, and then he'll be like, "Oh, you kicked me in the balls? Haha."
That was Ricochet.
That's fair.
How
Yeah,
many
that was
people have
Ricochet.
kicked him in the balls?
Ricochet.
How
kicked
many
him.
people have hit him in the balls? I'm
I
sorry.
guarantee you, Daly, Drew
Roman.
McIntyre
Seth,
will not do it.
Ricochet.
Well,
Listen,
I guarantee you, Drew is going to be the one guy that's not going to do it because they're building him, specifically Heyman, when I'm saying that,
Yes.
obviously, building him as this badass guy.
Mhm.
And badasses don't low blow people.
Yep.
So,
to be fair,
yes.
the only reason why he was able to claymore him out was because Ricochet got his revenge and hit him in the balls.
Okay, sometimes you take advantage of the situation, Bailey.
I know,
You
but
know
I'm
what?
saying, like, while you are correct, I'm
Right,
just
but
saying,
he
like, that
didn't
did
do it.
happen. I know.
Yes,
You're
I
right.
understand that did happen. I'm just saying when it comes down to that Mania match, we're not gonna have like last year where Brock batters around Drew and then Drew low blows him and then we have 85 Claymore kicks. I don't think that's how it's gonna go down. I think we're gonna have like an actual like slugfest, hopefully.
Yep.
You know,
So
Drew.
Drew will actually have a slugfest,
Yes.
and then Brock will maybe do one wrestling move, and then just do his normal F5s and suplexes.
Are you trying to tell me that suplex is not a wrestling move?
I mean, it is,
Last
but
time
like
I checked, sir.
last
Okay?
time I
I am
checked,
not a pro wrestler.
last
Have
time
you heard of the Three Amigos?
last I've
That's
checked.
us.
What?
That's us.
That's right. Last I
Fair
checked,
Yeah.
Brock only does 2 moves.
Well, time to check again.
Well,
Kinda
and I'm
go-
saying,
kinda
I'm saying
back.
maybe
Yeah.
because
If he ever
he's
feels
excited,
like, like putting out the
effort.
the Kimura lock, then it's 3 moves.
Yes.
Mm.
But like he has, like he can do other stuff. Like he's
Yeah.
an actual
Yeah,
wrestler, so he
yeah,
can actually
Sure.
do other stuff.
And I
He
think,
just doesn't want to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think between the fact that Drew's a guy of big size, so he
Yes.
probably likes that, and then it's also Heyman is fully in control, more or less.
I think
of
it's
this.
more the Heyman stuff
right.
Yeah.
because
I think we'll see Brock do some bigger stuff. Not bigger in the sense of like, oh, he's like doing the shooting star press like he used to do against Kurt Angle or
I can
something.
see it. I can see. I can
I don't
100%.
think
He
so.
can
Nah,
see
I
those
think
he
shoots
didn't.
so
He
fast.
says he should not have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I could see him, doing some more moves that,
Actual moves.
Yeah, I'll see him. He'll probably do a couple power bombs.
Yeah.
Maybe some leg work, maybe a Kimura or two. You know what I mean?
I could, like you said, I could see him just doing stuff.
Yeah, more stuff. So
Yeah.
hopefully, and I think it'll be a solid match. And then let Drew get his big win, and then you go from there.
And then 3 months later, Brock shows up and
Stop it, Campese.
I'm gonna hit him.
Yes, please.
listen.
We're gonna
How about
buy
this?
a table,
How about this? Ready?
and
Ready?
we're gonna pump through it.
Ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm
We're gonna
always
have
ready. Yeah,
Boombox Brock 2.
please.
I'd be
And then
okay
he's
with
gonna
that.
cash
I guess.
in.
Well, no, wait. Hold on. You want him to win Money in the Bank again?
I'm making a joke.
Or are you talking about how he was like a goofball? Which way are you talking here? I mean, they coincide, but do you want
Yes.
both? Or you
Yes.
just want the goofball
Yes.
aspect? Okay, no. We're done with you.
Yeah.
No,
Out.
but I'm making a joke
Yeah, go
of
ahead.
him. The joke is that he lost to Drew.
Yes.
Oh look, he won't get a rematch like instantly, so he can get it back. Oh, I'm just gonna run into a way for me to instantly get a rematch. I get my rematch. I beat him. We do this all over again.
I guess. I don't want to. But
I don't
No.
either. I don't
I'm
either. But I'm
tired
making
of
the
the
Brock joke.
site. I know. I just, for right now, what I hope happens after he drops the title to Drew is obviously he's going to go away because that's what Brock does. And then he just stays out of the title picture for like a year. If we can go like a full year, like a Mania to Mania, without Brock He can challenge for the belt, I guess, but without actually physically winning the damn thing.
How about this?
That's fine.
That's a perfect world.
How about
That's what I'm
this?
saying.
How about this?
Talk
He
to me.
disappears,
Yeah,
and then next Rumble he comes in at number 30.
sure.
Sure.
Just don't
That's
have
fair.
him touch the damn belt. That's all I'm
But
asking.
like
I'm not
he's
asking for a
totally
lot.
gone.
He's gonna have a spot at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, 100%. Hell of a
100%.
spot at SummerSlam. Maybe have a spot at Survivor Series, depending. And then, spicy. What if they make him the captain of Team Raw? He's just like, I gotta work with people, but not just people, but like multiple people.
He'll probably towards the end of the match, he'll just knock out the rest of his teammates and just let
right.
Team
He's like, "All right,
SmackDown win.
Yeah, no.
He'll get a bunch of jobbers on his team, and then
And
he'll
then
be
he'll
like, "You
just
guys just
solo it."
stand there."
Yeah,
Thanks.
I got this. Don't worry. You guys
Solo
stand
boss
over
fight.
there.
Solo
stand,
boss fight.
Stand over there. I got this. And then like 3 guys from the SmackDown team come running at him. He just grabs all 3, suplexes all 3 of them at the same time.
Quickly, I guess, to go over what happened the next on Raw.
Before we get to that, just overall, I think this was a really solid pay-per-view.
It
10 out
was.
of 10.
It was one
Give
of the
it-
best Royal Rumbles in recent years.
I would.
I give it a
people-
solid B+.
What's the best one that people have said? It's 90.
Oh man.
The best one overall, I couldn't tell you.
I think they said it's 90.
No, I think it's 97.
97,
Something
96,
like that, I
97,
forget.
something like that.
But
People
they
have been
definitely put
saying-
this Rumble in
People
like
have
that high caliber.
people have said like this is as good as that.
Oh, 2001 also, I believe.
They've said it's like on that level of those
Yeah.
like 3.
Yeah, it was really
So-
solid. Overall, I think it was really good. Campese,
Quickly-
final thoughts on the
yeah.
Rumble?
I think it was like I said, I think it's the best one in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it, like you said, a solid B+.
Mm.
Great finish, great surprises,
Favorite match of
great
the night
match. Favorite match of the night was the Royal Rumble.
for you?
The
Okay.
men's
Daily?
rumble.
Yeah, the men's Rumble.
Yeah, men's rumble best match of the night.
Best match.
Yeah.
What grade would you give it?
My grade I gave immediately after I'm
'Cause I don't
changing.
remember.
I'm giving it an A,
Okay.
like an A plus.
Mm.
Solid, just
Solid A+,
everything's
yeah.
solid.
Okay. Yeah, I give it a solid B+. I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite match. It probably like everybody else is saying, and you guys have been saying the men's Rumble.
Yep.
The 3 biggest really spots of the night definitely is Edge's return, 100%.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
And just that full emotion, and then
Santino Marella.
Yeah, Santina, Keith Lee, and Brock's reaction, and then Drew winning.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And his reaction to winning.
You know
And then I guess quickly just run through
what?
big things that happened on Raw the night after was
Oh, well, we got Drew versus Brock
Yeah.
in Mania. That's confirmed.
Charlotte doesn't know who she's gonna
Yeah.
pick, but we're assuming it's probably
And
gonna
then-
be Rhea.
Rhea.
And
Yeah,
then,
but-
And you learned the hard way why you shouldn't eliminate Randy Orton.
Yes,
for the Royal
Pretty
Rumble.
much.
yeah, and then the
That
Pillman
was-
is you could see the emotion on
Oh yeah,
Orton's
he
face.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
When he was saying like I dug myself too deep and you were the only person who could get me out, like that was honest, that was real.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like and then the Pillmanization of Edge's neck.
Yeah.
There's a guy that screamed, "Don't do it, Randy!"
Yeah.
I heard.
And like Randy legitimately did not want to do it, and I think that's why he ended up changing and going to the concerto
Yeah,
as opposed to jumping off the middle rope.
yeah,
And
That was supposed to be the plan.
I think
probably.
so because he puts Edge's neck into the chair and then he's sitting on the top rope and like he's looking like he's getting ready to like
Jump.
almost jump, but then like he like kind of like puts his hand on his chin and like he's like thinking, and then he gets down and like he leaves the ring and you're like, okay, that's how they're gonna end it, oddly, and then
Ooh,
he comes
concerto.
back, gets the chair and concertos him.
Yep.
So and then he was just kind of hugging Edge.
He
Making
he,
joke-
ang-
that-
he
yeah.
angled it though, where he
It was
Oh,
he
yeah,
believed
yeah.
Edge wasn't
Yeah.
going to get enough damage.
Yeah.
And no, but like people have said, like if there's a safer person for him to work with right now,
Right,
it's Randy.
it's
Yeah.
Because
100%.
Randy, every time he did anything, Randy got close to him and was like, "Was
Yeah.
that? Hey, are you okay? Everything
Yeah.
good?"
Yeah.
And Ed was like, "Yeah, it's fine."
I know
And
some.
then, yeah,
I know somewhere down the line they're going to have him work with Rollins, and that worries me because
I think he'll be all right.
yeah. I think
I
Rollins is better than when he was with
Yeah.
Sting. He's
That was
much
an
better.
accident.
Yeah, that
it
was
was an
an
accident.
as
I mean,
well.
so was with Finn. I mean, Finn
Right.
was more his fault actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Finn has
With
said
it
it.
is-
Finn has said it's all. It was Seth had nothing to do with it.
So it all depends. I mean, we're gonna have Edge at least regular contract wise for 3 years, couple big matches throughout the
Yeah,
year.
it's
so-
pretty much a Brock Lesnar contract.
It's like a
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar,
which
or
is
a
funny because
Bryan
people
contract.
are like shit on Brock for that contract, but then they're like, "Yeah, Edge, you go, man," and it's like that's a double stand. Like I get Edge is like
I mean,
a
I was
big
say with
name and
Edge's
it's a Hall of Famer,
with Edge's condition, it's kind
right?
of different.
Sure, you know. what I mean?
and then
I hope we at least get like an actual Ray RKO tag.
We
team
will.
reunion.
We will down the line.
If Christian comes
I'd
back,
be-
I'll actually shit.
I would trade RKO, teammate RKO shot for an Edge and Christian shot.
Absolutely, I'll take. We can have both. We have 3 years to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PZ. The year is still young.
Let Jeff Hardy heal up, come back, give the Dudleys a one-time deal back
Oof.
for that.
Well,
That's
but
that's
Devon's
wishful.
still
That's
there.
completely wishful thinking.
I
That's
don't
just
know. I
getting
don't know if
Bully
they-
Ray back.
I don't know if they do a TLC match, but hey,
I don't
I'm
care.
I'm not against it.
But
Sure, dude.
and then I guess quickly run through NXT. Big things that
Uh,
happened on
Big
NXT.
things that happened.
I didn't watch. So.
Riddle and Dunn,
won the Dusty Cup.
Classic.
So they're going to be going to take over to challenge the Undisputed Era for the tag belts.
Cole is challenging. Ciampa's
Ciampa-
challenging Cole.
Cole, and then it's not 100% clear, but Dominic Dijakovic beat Damian Priest, so it looks like he's going to be the one to challenge Keith Lee for the North American title.
Fantastic.
So just again, another solid night of wrestling. Tegan Knox got her comeuppance, gave comeuppance to Dakota Kai in a solid match. So, but yeah, I think that's gonna wrap us up for today. And
Yep.
then final thoughts, guys, before we call it.
Great
a day.
wrestling.
Very great wrestling.
Good week of wrestling.
Fantastic
So
wrestling.
excited to see how the rest of the road to WrestleMania pans out.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
The rhombus
the rhombus
is over.
It has.
We now go to the Elimination Chamber.
No, we have the Saudi Arabia show first, I believe. And
Sometimes
then-
that's not
and then-
canon though. So we were saying the
Right.
next big
Yes.
Sunday pay-per-view.
Yes. So, but we'll see where everything pans out and who's going where and what's going to be happening. So, and next week, come back. We're going to be talking some anime.
Yep.
We're going to be talking a couple
Anime.
things, what we're watching, stuff like that. So, hope you guys tune in for that. Thank you, as always, for
Thank
tuning
you.
in.
Thank you,
And,
guys.
We'll see you guys next week.
Take
Bye,
care.
guys.
Booby.